This is the Transformers Generations Studio Series number 37, Voyager class, Rampage. I picked up this figure at my local Toys R Us store for 2,300 pesos, which roughly translates to about $46. Here's the back of the packaging. Pretty cool. It forms part of Devastator. And here is Rampage out of packaging, dueling it with Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee, just like in the movie. They look great together. Now, this is obviously an old deluxe class figure, and he seems pretty big. The scale with it is not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with this Voyager class version of Rampage. We got the deluxe class version, was way too small, but this one in his new jackhammer alt mode, it's so accurate to the movie. You know, this typical display or diorama on your shelf is going to look great, even if you have the old figures. I'm pretty sure Hasbro has something lined up in the Revenge of the Fallen series, especially for a new Bumblebee figure. I'm sure they're going to figure out how to do it. It's probably going to be much smaller, but if you still have your old Bumblebee figure, they'll look absolutely great together. It's a shame I don't have my small Ravage figure anymore. The Legion class Ravage. That would have been really cool with this setup, but as it is, he looks absolutely fantastic. He looks gorgeous in his jackhammer alt mode. Really nice. I'm very pleased with the way this thing came out, and yeah, looks really nice. Very close to how we saw him in the Revenge of the Fallen movie. So there. So before we talk about the figure, here is the diorama that came with the pyramids in Egypt, Revenge of the Fallen. Though I was expecting more, a different kind of background where they actually fought, where he actually fought with Bumblebee, with Sam's parents and all that. But this will do, okay? He comes with a nice instruction sheet, okay? And he comes with a stand. This stand is removable. There is a way to stand him up without the base. You just fold up that tail, and there you go. Flat. He's like a snake, actually. It's like a belly of a snake, like that. But I do like it with the base. The base, it's, in some poses, it just tends to tilt, so you'll have to find that sweet spot where all the weight is distributed evenly onto the 4 pegs of the base, so it doesn't tip over. Okay, talking about the details of the figure, really nice. It feels like he's got a ton of pinaps on him, and I think it's enough. I think Hasbro did a wonderful job with the pinaps, the details of the figure. I just feel that they could have used a little bit more weathering, what they used with the Siege figures, maybe a little bit more gunmetal gray here and there. But as it is, I thought it was pretty good. Okay, so if you look at the details of the head sculpt, this head sculpt I thought was actually fantastic. I don't have my old Takara Tomy Rampage anymore, but this new head sculpt looks way better than that. I can guarantee you that. So really liking it. The back, get more pinaps here. Get to see parts of the bulldozer, his arms, and these things can whip out like how it was in the movie. That's fine. I'm glad they're made of stiff plastic and not the soft PVC rubbery plastic. That's pretty cool. He comes with blasters. They're very small. They can attach to his bottom hand right there, but they can also store right here. That's how they store in alt mode. So pretty cool. Articulation for the figure. There's not a lot he could do, and I don't think it's because of the design flaw. It's really because of the way he transformed. I mean, because of the kibble involved in transforming him, there's really very little articulation you can do with him. So a little bit of the design, a little bit of the kibble aspect about the figure is going to hinder a lot of articulation. So head sculpt is on a ball joint, and it's on a hinge right there because of the transformation. The waist does move up and down like an ab crunch. has ratcheting waist swivel. That's really important because he forms part of the leg of Devastator. So you're gonna need some stiff joints right there. And again, this piece moves like this. And that's about it for the torso articulation. Shoulders go in and out, forward and backward, go in and out as well over here. And bicep swivel, that's it. He doesn't have any elbows. I doubt there's any way you could do that because of this kibble here, and really no way to do it. The hands do have articulation, individual fingers, so this bottom, I guess his thumb, goes in and out like that, and it can go up and down. The outer thumb can go up and down like that. Individual fingers go this way and that way. So that's it for articulation. And here is Rampage with other Decepticons, as well as the Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee, Battle Damage, Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, and Bone Crusher from the Transformers the movie. So he's right there. It's good height, good scale. Really liked it. I think in terms of robot mode, Hasbro nailed it with the scale. So let's transform Rampage into his bulldozer alt mode. Most of the transformation takes place in the arms, and the body is just straightforward fold up and compression, but it's really the arms that are a little bit tricky. It can be fun if you follow the instructions, can be a little bit cumbersome, well, if you do it not step by step. So first thing you want to do, take off the base, and as I said, you can stand him up like that. Fold that up right there, okay? And then just fold the fists, close them down, straighten the arms like that. Go ahead and fold the body this way, make him like crunch, okay? And the head just stays there, like that, okay? These flaps fold out, like here, okay? And then the arms, they fold this way, fold in, and fold down like that, okay? The whips, or the treads that lash out, they're the ones at the bottom. So that's your guy. They're the bottom of the bulldozer. So make sure you follow that. And then tab them in like that. Same here. Tab them in like that. So make sure the biceps are rotated squarely so that they can tab in nicely right there. Now, right here you will see a notch right there, and that's for these pegs right here. So it can be a little tricky doing this, but just fold the longest part of the finger all the way up, and then these, they just want to sit in right there. So like that. I thought that was a flimsy connection, and like I said, it can be a little cumbersome once you're trying to transform everything, because these things love to pop off. But that is an integral part of the transformation, and you just have to be patient with it. Same thing here. Go ahead and do that. Fold it up here. Make sure it's lined up to that slot. Let's see. Okay, right there. And right there. And that's, if you're able to do that, then that will stabilize the whole arm bulldozer tread assembly. And it's a little flimsy, but it'll be stabilized some more with this one once you put it in the middle. So do that. Okay. Fold the wheels all the way in, tuck them in, like that. Okay. These fold, no, not yet. Okay, the base will tab in here. I'll show you. Okay, there are pegs right here and right there. And fold one of the feet of the base inward, and then the two other feet have slots right there, and those will be for those pegs. So they kind of stabilize that whole bottom part of the bulldozer, so that, you know, it's not just these two pegs that are holding the treads in place. So, okay, I mean, yeah, I wish it would have been a more solid transformation, but that's that. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to fold these down and tab them right here. Now this is probably the hardest tab in the entire transformation, this whole piece right here, as well as this piece, the one here. So just be patient with it and tab it like that. Okay, and then the other fingers, sets of fingers, are going to go here. You're going to tab in right there. There's a tab there for the slot right there. So do that, and then these you're going to tab in right there. Okay, make sure it's nice and flush, flat. Okay, do the same on the other side, like that. Okay. Yeah, there's a difference in color, orange and magenta here. Yeah, I wish it were all dark red, a little bit darker red like the Takara version, but I guess Hasbro and Takara felt this is a more accurate color to that bulldozer, so okay, we're gonna take it and just tab the treads, the whips right there, and then these just fold like this. Okay, so there is the alt mode. That is the accurate transformation into his alt mode, wherein the treads are flat on the ground. Now, if you're not just going to display him like that and you want to roll the actual figure in alt mode, you can transform these wheels a notch higher so that they're elevated, so they're sticking out of the treads like that. Put these back right here, and they go through right there. As you can see, it's a little bit elevated from the treads. And this wheel right here, it does tab down, and then you'll have a rolling bulldozer. But it is accurate, but it's like it's levitated. So if you don't want your bulldozer levitated, it's Rampage and alt mode, you can just get rid of the wheels. But if you're going to roll it on a flat surface, you're going to have to do this transformation. It's not so bad. Okay, so very nice. Here he is with Bone Crusher. He should have been Bone Crusher. I don't know why he's Rampage. In G1, the bulldozer was Bone Crusher, but the powers that be deemed this one Bone Crusher and him Rampage. Okay, so is he in scale? Yeah, I suppose so. There are really big bulldozers, earth-moving bulldozer equipment out there, but much bigger than than this kind of vehicle. So looking at the cockpit, yeah, I guess they're in scale. It's a good enough scale for me. Okay, cool. Now the figure also transforms into Devastator's leg, and it's a very simple transformation than what the instructions make it out to be. So let's get right to it. Okay, first thing you want to do this. Get rid of the base. You're not going to need that in combined mode. Okay, I'll detach these pieces. Okay. Okay, swing them out like that. Now essentially what you want to do with this is you just want to rotate this piece right here into this position, and to do that you just need to transfer the thumb to the other side. So instructions have a roundabout way of doing it, but essentially what you just want to do is this, like that. It's a very simple transformation, and then you just, there's a tab right there, right here, and it's going to tab into that hole right there. Okay, like that, just like that, and it's going to rest like that and like that. Put this back in. Okay, that's that. That's essentially it. And there's like 8 steps or 7 steps to do that in the instruction sheet. So what you want to do is go ahead and rotate like this. Rotate like this to the other side, like that. And, you know, I kind of understand that they wanted it to be idiot proof, so they had to give it as to make the instructions as clear as possible. So okay, I don't blame them for that. Now wait, you got to make sure that this thing tabs all the way down. You don't want the wheel sticking out in foot mode, combine mode. So this one just need it tab right there, there, and right there. Okay. Now, I was wondering about these two tabs right here, this one and this notch right here, whether they were supposed to combine in alt mode, and as it turns out, they do combine in combined mode. So what you want to do is you want to just bring this all the way down right here for now, and then combine the two arm pieces like that, and then in the middle you just need to just slot that in right there. So easy peasy. And the thumbs, they just stay right there. Okay, and all that's left is you gotta bring everything back, okay, to how it was in alt mode. That, and essentially what you did is you just flipped around the top part of the tank treads, or the wheels of the alt mode. Okay, and instead of having this to stabilize this whole area, is you have the two thumbs just in the middle stabilizing that whole area, and then the head just nestles right there. Okay, so that's the foot. Now the leg, the lower leg, what you want to do is you want to flip this open like that. Don't flip it all the way like that, just instructions say to flip it like this. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to collapse this joint and form the ankle joint right here, like that, until it ratchets, and until it ratchets at an angle, like that. So it's got to be at an angle, not perpendicular, not all the way straight like that, but it has to be on an angle. Then close these two panels together, and this is the front of the foot, and effectively that is the foot. And I'm thinking this is where you slot in, I don't know, scavenger, or I suppose scavengers, one of scavenger's legs, or another leg piece or from scavenger or something like that. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. And the articulation looks to be interesting. It's a very solid foot piece, and you get some ratcheting ankle pivots, so that's interesting. That's a very very promising aspect to Devastator, and I cannot wait till we get everybody and we combine them into that big monster Devastator. So this is the leg. You're looking at something like this. It's probably 2 feet, 2.5 feet, close to 2 feet tall. I don't know, but we'll see. Very excited for that. So some final thoughts on the figure. Rampage is an amazing Voyager class Constructicon figure from Revenge of the Fallen, and I'm glad this figure did justice to the character we've seen in the movie. And kind of looks like a tree, like a great big tree right here, but he's actually pretty cool. I love what Hasbro and Takara Tomy have done with him. I think this is probably the best version of Rampage we've seen. The Takara Tomy red version was pretty okay, but it was small and it did not combine. So this one is the combining one, and I'm just so excited at what Takara Tomy and Hasbro are up to, and the upcoming Revenge of the Fallen Devastator combined mode with all 7 of the Constructicons. And you know, very, very exciting time if you're a big fan of the movie verse. And yeah, it's as accurate as can be. I love how solid it is. Transformation can be a little bit tricky, but yeah, I'm definitely loving this figure. This figure is going to get a 9 out of 10 for me. Definitely one to pick up. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Generations Studio Series number 37 from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Voyager class Rampage. Thanks for watching.